Howdy folks, welcome to this new series. Today we're going to do some programming, and so we're going to do some Visual Studio 2017. If you don't have it, you'll probably want to, if you want to follow along, you can install it. It's like a long, I think it's like a 90 gig download or something. But anyway, yeah, if you want to follow along, you can. Otherwise, this is just another one of those background noise type thingies. So we're going to do a new project here, and we're going to do a Windows Forms app. And whoops, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to actually name it. So let me go back. Let me close this. Close. We're going to go new project. If it'll let me. There we go. All right, we're going to go Windows Forms app, and we're going to call it and let's see, what are we going to call this? We're going to call this my mini game. So we're going to try to make, what I want to do is I want to try to make a, yeah, and I want a directory and I want to get depository. So, repository. So what I want to do is I want to make basically a mini game. The idea I had is for Empyrean for opening doors, basically, as an alternative, that is, to blowing up the doors. It would be cool if you could like hack the doors in some way. And so what I want to do is just make a little, this is basically a tech demo type of thing. So it's obviously not intended to be the exact thing that's put into the game, graphics and all, but just the basic idea or the general idea. And so what we want to do is, or what I want to do is basically make a kind of like a maze, but not difficult maze, but more like a Pac-Man type of situation where you start in one place and you have to get to the other place, and there's these little automated, bad guys that are, the CPU cleaners or whatever, the memory checkers or the antivirus software that's, security stuff that's doing, stuff. But basically, they try to catch you and you try to avoid them. So that's the basic idea here. And what I want to do is, so I want to do some, let's see here, containers. I want to put in, no, let's just do this. I want to put in a timer, and I want to put in a picture box. There we go, so we can paint on it. So we're going to do a picture box here. Let's see how big we need it to be. Whoops. And then we can figure out, we can resize this as needed. But I just want to do a picture box here, and we're going to do, let me see, on this event. So we double click on that, we get our event code here. And also I want to do, let's see, for the picture box, I want to have the event for paint, and so we're going to call it pick repaint. Whoops. Pick repaint. Okay, so when that needs to be painted, that's what's going to happen. So we need some variables in here too. So we're going to need, for our maze, we're going to need a Boolean. Let's do a two-dimensional. We're going to do, basically the maze is going to consist of squares, and so each square is going to be one thing, and we're going to call it block equals new block. And let me see, we should also do max size equals, let's say 50, and we're going to go max size. Is it not going to let me do that? Max size. No, it's not going to let me do it. Okay, so we're just going to do this, and we'll do that, and then the form load. So we'll go to, where's our form one? Do we have a load that's different than that, or is that the loading? I think that's the loading event there. Let me see. Let's go like this, and behavior, focus, layout. Where is it? Let me see. Appearance, because it should be under events, right? Let's go like this. See if we can find it. Load completed. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we'll just apparently it's this one. So we're gonna go like this. Block equals new block max size by max size. So we're just gonna make it a square. And why is it? Oh, it's not gonna be block. It's gonna be a Boolean. Duh. There we go. So we're going to do that, and you know what? We also need one. We might need another one for a buffer, but if we do, we'll add it later. Okay, so what we want to do is let's do an initialization of this. We'll set this all to random stuff maybe, and we can get that. I want to get that so that it can draw. That's basically what I want to get done in this session, is I want to be able to get this all initialized and draw it. So we're going to go, we can even make our own function for this. Void init blocks. And I should warn you, I don't really do object-oriented stuff. I pretty much do structured programming. So I use whatever OOP is required in order to get through this kind of thing. But yeah, I really like structured programming. I don't create classes and all that stuff. So I like to, it's just the way my brain organizes all this stuff. So I guess people that are really big on OOP are gonna hate this stuff, or rage quit or whatever, which is fine by me. So we're gonna do for equals 0, I is max size, right? And I plus plus. So we're gonna go through each of these. We're gonna go through each block, and I probably don't even need those, but we'll do it anyway. And we're gonna go like that, and we're gonna do the same thing with J. There we go. And then we're going to go block I comma j equals, you know what we need? We need a new random too. Random r equals new random. There we go. So we, just in case we need it, I don't know why that's not even built in, but it used to be that you could do math.random or whatever. I'm not sure what the point is of those. I guess you can have different ones with different seeds or something like that. But next, whoops, dot, I'm hitting dot twice, dot next, 2. So we're going to pick a number from 0 to 1, and let's see, equals 0. So I'm going to put it in parentheses just to visually separate it. It makes it easier for me. So this is going to create a Boolean value that's either true or false. So it's going to pick a number from 0 to 1. If it's 0, then it's true. Otherwise, it's false. And so it's going to set all of these in here. So now we want to try to visualize it and see if we can display that now on the screen, so we can display the results of our array here. So what we're going to do is when this timer goes off, we want to, so this is going to go off periodically. So what we want to do is we want to go, I think we want to do a main loop. And so we're going to make a main loop, void main loop, and let me see here. Not sure exactly what I'm going to even need in there. I think we're going to go timer1 dot enable equals false. We're going to turn that off, and then we're going to tell this to repaint. We're going to put a bunch of other stuff in here later, like all the behavior and everything, but for right now we're going to go picture1 dot refresh. So that's going to cause that to refresh, and this is going to call this event. So I know this may or may not be confusing. So basically our timer goes off. That's the other thing we need to do here is we need to set our timer interval. Let's see what we have here for properties. Our interval is, let's just do 1000 for right now. It's going to be false, so we need to turn it on when we first start up. And every 1000, this is in milliseconds, so every 1000 milliseconds, it's going to call this timer 1 tick. So that's what we're going to do. And we need to do this too. We're going to go timer 1 dot enabled equals true. Okay, I love autocomplete on this, whatever they call it, IntelliSense. Okay, so that's basically going to, let's do this, dot text equals, okay. So after 1 second, this should come up and say hooray. So if we run this, our event, and once it compiles, that is, see, our event has come up and it says hooray. And so we can even do r.next 10.toString just to make sure that it's actually coming up once a second. There we go. See, it's picking a random number. Is it? Nope, it's only going to do it. Okay, so once we do our main loop, it's going to turn it off, and then when our picture refreshes, we want to re-enable our timer. So we want to go timer 1.start, I think. Let's see if that'll get it to go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we have a timer, we have a regular interval, we have stuff that's happening at a regular interval. So let me go back through this with you again. Our timer is set to 1000. When the program first loads, it goes to here. It does our init blocks. At the end of that, it does this enabled. Okay, so that sets our timer. And then 1 second later, this will come up. So this here will be triggered. It will the event will be fired, and main loop will execute. Main loop will turn it off and make this refresh, which we'll call this. I know this seems really convoluted, but it actually becomes useful once we have all of the rest of our code in place. So yeah, that basically causes this event to later on fire, which basically, if you don't do this, it doesn't redraw what you're doing. Okay, so we can comment that out. And so basically what we want to do is, while our code is running, we want the timer to be off, because what happens is if our timer is still running while our code's going on, if for whatever reason our code takes longer than we expected, and then you end up with multiple timer events and, you know, trying to fire, and I don't know if it tries to multi-thread and run the same code multiple times, or if it just restarts the thing or what, but I don't want that mess. So we're going to do it like this. And so what we want to do is basically paint this. So we're going to need our for loop again in here. We're going to copy this, and we're going to need some drawing code. So I'm going to have to look that up, and I think what I'm going to need is a bitmap. Yep, bitmap, my bitmap, and we're going to put all of our variables together here too. And I'm going to end up putting them all up at the top for later. But so we need a bitmap, and then we can go using paint event. Oh man, I'm going to have to look this up. Let me see. We're going to go like this. We're going to go C# bitmap. See, I've done this stuff before. My searches are still, yeah, I do this stuff all the time, and it's been a while, so I don't remember it, but and assign it to a picture box. There we go. So we're going to go like this. Let's see if this is, yeah, there it is. Okay. That's what I wanted. So we're going to go using graphics, and we'll call it G equals, graphics from image. Now I find it helps really to type this stuff out instead of copy pasting it. For one, because I like to use my own variable names, and the other thing is that you remember it better. You remember what's going on. So inside of this is where all of our drawing is going to take place. And then at the end of that, we're going to go picture box dot image. Is that really what it is? Equals my bitmap. Okay, so we're going to go G dot draw, where is it? Draw rectangles. I'll bet it's fill rectangle. Yeah, fill, there we go, fill rectangle. Okay, so we're going to put all this code in here. And we're going to go like this. And we're going to change this. We're going to go if, and this is already a Boolean, so we don't even have to do a compare. And then we're going to go G fill rectangle, and then we're going to go brushes. So we need a brush. Okay, brushes dot, let's see if it's true. We're going to go black, and then we're going to do a rectangle. And do we have one that does, yeah, there we go. That's what we want. So we're going to go, why don't we just make each thing 4 wide? Why don't we make a variable called W, and then we can do that. So we can go I times W, comma J times W, comma W, comma W. Okay, so we're going to make int W equals 4. Did it do while? Okay. I times W. All right, so what we've got here is I times 4, J times 4. So we're going to fill in those things with that color, and otherwise we're going to go like this, and we're going to fill it with white, and we're going to see if this, why is timer 1 suddenly now, oh, okay. Because I didn't put that there. All right, so we're gonna see if this is gonna do it. Let's see what it does. Nope, it didn't like that. System argument can't be null. Really? Graphics. Okay, so a value cannot be null. Parameter name. Image. Oh, you know what? I think I want to do from bitmap. Let's do from, let me see, from, is it going to do bitmap? Or is it going to do image? I think it's taking the image of, is that going to be picturebox1 dot image? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, let's try this. We'll see if we can use picturebox1, because I might not have to make my own bitmap, so we'll see if that works. No, it doesn't. Okay, I'm going to have to look this up and figure out, because I know I used to do it with a bitmap, and we're going to go graphics dot, where is, yeah, I'm not seeing it in there. We're gonna have to figure out a different way to do this. So that is doing that stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up the draw bitmap in picturebox. Here we go. Drawing a bitmap on a certain point. Load bitmap to a picturebox. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this is what I'm looking for. It doesn't look like it. Does not look like it. Okay, I'm going to pause this for a second, and I'm going to figure this out because I don't want to bore you guys with looking through all this stuff, and I'll probably look at my old code, and I will be back in a second. Okay, that didn't take long. Here's one, and so basically what we're going to do is we're going to, he even uses my bitmap, so we're going to go, and I want to keep this because I'm not going to do this once, because he's doing this once, so I'm going to change some things. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a bitmap that's global to our, or you know, to our form or whatever, and we're not going to do it in just in the procedure. And so what we're going to do is we're going to set my bitmap equals new bitmap, and so we're going to do that on the load. So we're going to go my bitmap equals new bitmap, and I'm not sure if we need all of that stuff. I think it can just be, yeah, there we go. We can go width.height, picture box 1.width, and picture box. I mean, it doesn't even need to be that dot height, but we're just going to do it for that purpose. Okay, and then we're going to do graphics. Okay, let me see where are we drawing on it. We're going to draw onto the bitmap. So this is what we're going to do. Okay, let me see what, there's the form load. We're going to go graphics from image, my bitmap. Okay, so we're going to try this. We're going to do other than this using thing. Where did that go? There we go. Okay, so we're going to comment this out for right now. And we're going to go like, whoops. We're going to go like this. We're going to go my bitmap. We already did the new bitmap. We're going to go graphics object. We're going to go G equals graphics dot, yeah, graphics. G equals graphics dot from image, and then my bitmap. Okay, so that's going to give us our reference to draw onto our bitmap, and then we're going to go, we're going to do rectangles. Yeah, it's going to go G dot, so this should still give us, is this going to give us the option to do that? Let me see. G dot fill. Yeah. See, there we go. So G is still going to have the same capacity here. And then when we're done here, we're going to go, see, I'm not sure that I want to dispose because, yeah, I think I do with the G.dispose. I just don't want to dispose the bitmap. I don't want to recreate and reload, you know, recreate and erase and recreate and all that every single time. I don't want to have it, all the heap garbage collection or whatever that is that's involved in that just basically makes a huge pile. And then we're going to, where do we render it onto the control? Where is it? Is it that? Because I don't think that's right. Oh yeah, it is. There we go. Okay, cool. So we've got our image. Now if we want, for the fun of it, we can go like, let's see, init blocks. Why don't we do, I'm just thinking, why don't we just copy this code instead of calling it? I just want to do this for fun. We're going to go like this and have it randomize each time, just so you can see. See, there you go. So it is doing it every single time. So we've got our basic array setup and all that, and I think that's going to be, we're going to stop here and we'll continue on next time. So what we need to do is we need to figure out a way to make a maze out of look, we did an old TV simulation, right? Badly tuned TV simulation. But anyway, yeah, we're going to do, next time we're going to see how we can make a maze-ish type of thing. Oh, one more thing that I need to do is this, and I think we can go like, we need to save all. I want to publish this on the GitHub. See where that is. Where is that? Is that sync? Let's see. There we go. GitHub, publish to GitHub. And we're going to go my minigame. Yep. And we're going to go minigame project. Minigame tech demo. And we're going to publish that. We'll see if it'll let us. And I think that'll do it. There we go. And I think it is now on GitHub. Let's see. Let's go to GitHub, not GitHun. That's probably some dating site, right? Okay, let's see if we have my mini game. There we go. So, yep. So if you want to check it out on the Git, the link will be in the description. So yeah, anyway, that's going to be it for real, and we'll see you next time. Later.